I just can't believe they call me messy. I'm not messy. Am I hard-headed?
Passionate.
Yep, I am passionate. Thank you, Bunny. I'm passionate.
That's the word.
That's what I am. Yeah. I'm passionate. I'm not messy, per se. I am passionate. With a capital
P. She's very
P.
organized with her sass, y'all.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey everybody, how are you doing? And welcome back to the broadcast. Today I am with the lovely Eva.
Oh, hi.
And my Southern Belle Bunny.
Hello.
And according to a Reddit user, I'm the messy Xylie Gets Real. I will forever remember that. Messy? You called me messy. I am not messy. What am I, Bunny?
She is organized and passionate.
Thank you very much. I am not messy. Anywho, I'm not really mad about that. I just had to, call them out. Anyway, so today we are going to watch, WillyMac did a video on Keffals, and we are going to watch that.
Are we going to finally find out where that money went from the GoFundMe?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe eventually.
Ooh.
Probably after Mutahar gets done.
Oh.
Okay, so it's by WillyMac, and the name of it is Keffals is the Worst Activist, Part 1, Misleading and the Lawsuit.
Okay. All right, Mr. Willy, show us what you got.
Come on, Mr. WillyMackerson.
Keffals is a failed politician for the Canadian Communist Party. She was swatted by one online group and then lied about it being another bigger, more popular site.
Kiwi Farms is an online community of stalkers that torment and harass their victims so intensely.
And she was lying. It wasn't Kiwi Farms.
Oh, it wasn't?
No. When Destiny did his manifesto, on Keffals, she told him in the DMs that it wasn't. It was, everybody doesn't name the site for obvious reasons. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But he showed it in his manifesto where she knew it wasn't Kiwi Farms that did it.
And yet she still went to try and take him down?
Yes.
Oh
yes.
my God.
Yes, ma'am.
Did it. We actually did it. So many people have tried for so long to do this, and we actually got Kiwi Farms down.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all.
The website would never be shut down. She would cry.
Yeah, it's still up today on the clear, what do they call it? The clear net? The clear...
I have no idea.
Something where
I
it's
don't
not,
know.
like, you
All I
can
know
Google
is
it.
Cloudfire.
You can Google it. Let's put it that way. It's on the open internet. Like, you can literally Google it and get to it from there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You don't have to go through back channels to try to find it.
Lie.
We need as many people as possible to know who they are if we plan to fight back against them. That's why I need every single person who has watched this video to share the video and to spread the word.
Later admitting to baiting them into doxing her so she could get even more publicity.
And my little ragtag team were able to force their hand by intentionally making myself a lightning rod so I could make Kiwi Farms more vicious and attack me to the point where Cloudflare had no choice.
She literally made herself a martyr.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Purposely made herself a martyr. She's so disgusting. Keffals is so disgusting. Anywho.
Yeah.
Because every time they attacked me, I publicized it.
And Kiwi Farms wouldn't even be the culprit. I covered this story nearly 2 years ago, but now I have the court documents, and it's clear to me that what she has written in there does not at all line up with reality. This video will paint a fuller picture. This is how an activist scammed her movement.
There's a lot of people in my audience that look up to me. I don't want to let them down.
It's like I need a palate cleanser, food for this hole in my soul, and what better than a meal choice from over-
Okay, there, WillyMac.
That's so good.
Okay, there,
Segue.
Willy. Yeah, he is the king of
Nice.
segues, that's for sure.
I mean, they're seamless. It's just this art.
He has the best transitions and the best segues in the game.
Yeah.
He really does. Love him.
Understand.
Oh, no. John Swan jump scare. Oh, my God. That's so funny.
I hate him so much. Oh, God, Willie. Willie.
To understand the story, we need to go back to the past. Keffals was swatted August 5th, 2022. This is partly because she's trans and people after her are insanely bigoted, and partly because she's insufferable. You will understand later. These people sent an email impersonating Keffals using her dead name, saying she killed her transphobic mom and plans to kill every cisgendered person at City Hall. Keffals uploaded a video titled "My Life is in Danger, I Need Your Help," saying that the police violated her human rights.
The fact that a fake email led to London Police Services booking me under my dead name reveals the prejudice that many police have towards transgender people.
She would also claim that the police caused her and her fiancé financial harm and that she was opening a GoFundMe to recoup her losses. Move, and any extra money past the goal would be used to sue the police.
They seized both my
Oh.
Extra money past the goal.
Uh-huh.
Ah.
Why didn't that work?
Opening a GoFundMe to recoup her losses. Move, and any extra money past the goal would be used to sue the police.
They seized both my personal and work phone, as well as the work computer that I broadcast on Twitch from. Because of the negligence of the police, we were both left functionally unemployed, and I have spent thousands of dollars replacing our computers and cell phones, so our lives aren't completely destroyed by what happened to us.
The GoFundMe was initially set to $20,000 and she exceeded it immediately, but would suspiciously raise the goal every time it was about to hit it. Now, to understand her dishonesty when it comes to the lawsuit, we need to
Funny
Is
that
that
how...
allowed?
Yeah, that's allowed.
Oh, okay.
That's allowed.
understand her doxing, because this is psychotic. Kiwi Farms is famed for the documentation of lol cows. I think the term came from them. Slurs and misgendering run rampant on the website. There's no moderation. I grew up on Xbox Live. I don't really care, but it's definitely not...
I didn't grow up on Xbox Live, but I sure do remember Xbox Live. And let me tell you, for you youngins out there who think a Call of Duty lobby is bad now, you should have been on any kind of lobby. It didn't matter what kind of game you were playing. You should have been in an Xbox Live chat.
Oh man!
'Cause
Even
the-
the messages you get from strangers is
Uh-huh.
hilarious. Oh, my
Oh,
god,
yes.
they were funny as.
Oh, yes. Yep.
for the faint of heart. It's a degenerate place for degenerate people that love documenting other degenerates, so it's not surprising Keffals would have a thread. Keffals would be targeted and harassed several times, the first one being the email threat to City Hall. This got media coverage and pushed her GoFundMe off the ground. Keffals would try and get away spending a night at a hotel, posting a picture of her cat letting everyone know she was okay. The Doxers then cross-referenced the bed sheets with other hotels in her city to find the one she was staying at. They sent her pizzas.
In the morning afterwards,
Oh, my God.
That's insane.
That is
actually
insane. Like how it's amazing to me, and of course I do not encourage this. I think going real life is rather gross. Okay, so I don't
Yes.
encourage it. However, how smart do you have to be able to look at bed sheets and figure out what hotel somebody's staying in?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, there's
even,
a
like-
guy. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say there's a guy on TikTok that's like what his whole thing is people send him pictures where they're in like random locations. Some of them will be like in the woods, and he'll figure out exactly where they're at based on just stuff in the background.
Really?
And he shows how he does it. It's amazing. It is like the freakiest thing ever how he figures out where people are at.
I've seen those TikToks before. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
it
it's
literally
so
like
crazy.
goes through and go, oh, okay, so this type of tree only goes in this area of the north, and then they'll go
Yeah.
this type of ground, like whatever's on the ground, like can only be this area. What's in the background,
Yeah.
that mountain is most likely this mountain. Then he pinpoints the exact location. It's insane.
The exact it's Xylie is freaky.
Do you remember, I can't remember if it was a movie or a series, Don't F with Cats?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
That's how they
Yes.
found that guy, because of a socket, I think, that was in there, and some other stuff that was in the room. That's how they found that dude who did that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how? Like how? Maybe it's my ADHD that I can't concentrate that hard on something. I don't know, but I'm like, it's amazing to me how people can find things just by what little details are in the background.
Oh, I
It's
actually
terrifying.
personally love doing that, but not to this extent.
Right, of
Like
course,
I can
of course.
hyper fixate on something and go, right, this is where it's from, and I'll spend like 10, 20 minutes trying to find something. I know where it is. I'm like, all right, got it. Like it's just like a satisfaction, and the end
Right,
of it going, yes.
Yeah.
I the amount of
Go ahead.
the amount of like time they would have spent trying to like cross-reference bed sheets and all that sort of stuff on the internet, and then like even like going through people's like Instagram photos and stuff like that, trying to see if there's any hashtags, and then going back to it. Like it's like, you go, what extent is this to be able to find. Like, it's insane.
I can't even play that game that I know Ludwig used to play it all the time.
Where GeoGuessr.
Yes, the GeoGuessr one. I'm like, how? Like, what? I can't even do that. So I just I get amazed when I see something like that. Like, how? But anyway, okay.
It terrifies me.
Yeah, it kind of terrifies me too, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
5 different pizza companies sent pizzas to my hotel room under my dead name. Obviously, it isn't the pizzas that are the problem, but it's the threat that they make.
She then had her Uber account hacked multiple times, doxing her again, and had hundreds of dollars worth of stuff delivered to her. And every time she would get doxed, she would blame it on Kiwi Farms.
That was so funny. I did not expect her to say that like that, and it caught me off guard.
The pizzas being a threat. It's like, oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, the pizzas were actually fun. They were non-threatening pizzas. Such
I hate y'all so much. New merch coming out, guys, on my channel. I hate it here. That's literally going to be the new merch.
Yeah.
Literally, actually, Eva really did make it for me. So, yeah. Coming soon.
Oh, hell yeah.
Pizzas that are the problem, but it's the threat that they make.
She then had her Uber account hacked multiple times, doxing her again, and had hundreds of dollars worth of stuff delivered to her. And every time she would get doxed, she would blame it on Kiwi Farms, encouraging services like Cloudflare to drop the site so it would be shut down. This story blew up even more in the media, where she would be labeled a trans activist.
I'm a high-profile transgender activist. There's a big target on my back.
This is what irritated me, is news outlets were talking to her, magazines were talking to her, and she was on top of the world, and she used her platform to literally deplatform people.
Yeah.
And it's disgusting.
The community that I built online was the only time we ever felt like a normal teenager.
Oh. Okay, girl.
And the target on my back is because of that.
She would officially declare war on Kiwi Farms and its owner in a video titled "Things Have Escalated. Now I'm in hiding." This blew up the GoFundMe even more. And just like before, she would continue to raise the goal. It was already over $70,000, and she's like, actually, from this point on, now it's for the lawsuit.
Until then, I am keeping the GoFundMe up, but any donations towards it from this point forward will be strictly towards the legal fund.
How she was able to say that with a straight face is amazing to me.
Yeah.
Amazing
I
to
don't know.
me.
She says a lot of things with a straight face.
She
that
does.
amaze me. But,
She does. You're absolutely correct. She absolutely does.
Towards doxing would completely change. She'd say she needed to flee again, but to Europe. She needed to flee the internet to Europe. It makes no sense. You can't flee a website. Statistically speaking, the people doxing her likely didn't live anywhere near her. Streamers get swatted all the time. They don't flee. They don't travel to Europe announcing every country she's going to. She would then buy an IRL.
Actually, FYI, once you get swatted at your house, guess what the safest place for you to be? At your house.
Yeah.
Because the cops already know that you got swatted before.
Oh, yeah,
your
that's
house,
true.
yeah, your house is actually the safest place to be at that point.
Yeah.
Well, is it? Because that means that they would know their address, right? And so that means, like, I think, like, something more than a swatting could happen if someone knows your address.
Wait, what are you saying?
Like, if she got swatted, right, they'd
Yeah.
have to know their address, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, something more than, like, people could actually just turn up to her house.
And being that the cops already know her address and they already know that she got swatted, calling them and say, hey, somebody's at my house, they're probably going to react faster to it.
You're right, yeah, I didn't think about that.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, something more dangerous could happen. A complete psycho can come there and try to do really bad things to her. I get that. But, like, if somebody tried to swat her again, well, the cops are already they're already going to have it in their database that it was already done once.
Yeah, I don't see like the point of going to a whole different country or many different countries and then along the way, announcing where you are. Like that's defeats the purpose, right?
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, that's the dumbest part.
I agree.
Why would you do that?
Yep.
Streaming setup so she could stream in the streets. But IRL streamers get doxxed even more. So you have to flee to Europe so people don't know where you are, but you're streaming your location. You go to TwitchCon, but you're streaming your location. People would become suspicious of her intentions, raising the goal, and she'd chalk them up as conspiracy theorists.
People were so gracious, they came together and they helped me out. And while I really respect it, it's brought a lot of people to do the QAnon brain bullshit about me where they're saying I'm stealing money from my fans.
She announces she's going to Spain, then Ireland, staying with someone who's already been doxxed. This is stupid. She's mad at people for questioning her intentions of fleeing the country and buying a new streaming setup, but look at this. She would get doxxed for a bomb threat called in at a food truck because she's streaming herself there, and her response would be, oh, I just didn't think about it.
So why would you tweet like, hey, there's this, you know, I don't know, like a truck, right? Like a food truck that Kiwi Farms threatened to bomb. You never tweeted that there's a truck that Kiwi Farms threatened to bomb and you're going to IRL stream there?
Oh yeah, no, I did. I was going to go to the truck.
Yeah,
like,
so like you're super dangerous, so I'm going to go to the truck?
Yeah, I already had police connections while I was in Ireland, and they knew ahead of time where I was going.
But you had police connections in Canada, and they knew where you were going, right?
Yeah? Like, what's your point, though?
My point is none of this makes sense, Keffals.
None of it made sense. None of it.
Was she on drugs at this point? Was this the time period where she was on drugs?
Bunny, I think I know what you're going to say, and I completely agree. Because I said it last night when we watched it. She looked better when she was.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I literally said that out loud, and Nick was like, "Oh my god!" Well, it's true.
But some people
though.
do. Yeah, sometimes Coke can give you a nice glow.
Oh my god.
Everything's fine in moderation.
Like, do you think I'm like a robot? Like I am going to make like 100% the most logical decisions when I'm scared.
They're just asking you to stop posting your location. She's such a weasel. And every time she'd get doxxed, the media storm would start all over again. Kiwi Farms chasing Keffals around the world. Bigots hound transgender streamer. Forced to hide out in Belfast.
And I'm pretty sure that they called in, like they tried to SWAT us.
We can't tell if it's the same person.
We can't tell if it's the same person, but shortly after this photo was taken, the police knocked on the door to tell us that someone had reported a murder in this flat.
Her fans were concerned as to why she was telling people where she was going, and she's like, Europe's big, Ireland's dense.
I'm currently in Ireland. I am staying with a friend. I'm safe. Things are good. Don't tell people what country. It is completely fine. Do you know how?
Idiot. She is a complete idiot. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I think she literally wanted it to happen so she could continue her being a martyr.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because it gave her more and more media attention. So to me, she was goading for it to happen.
Yeah. Same reason why she did all them videos with a green screen background. She did that because she knew people were going to use it to meme.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Dense Ireland is. Very dense country.
Every IRL streamer to ever exist gets doxxed and swatted. She would be asked by Nick DiOrio and Keemstar about this.
Yeah, but I always thought to myself, I'm like, if people are really out to get you and you're in hiding, you're like live streaming like at VidCon, like I feel like you're like, you're not really in hiding.
I wasn't at that point. Like I hired a security consulting firm, and I was basically like, do you think things have chilled at this point? And they're like, yeah, probably.
So you aren't fleeing. This is just a vacation. She would contradict herself.
Exactly. So you weren't in hiding, you were just on vacation. Exactly what Willie just said.
At this point, and they're like, yeah, probably.
So you aren't fleeing. This is just a vacation.
Yep.
She would contradict herself again in a private Patreon stream.
I have not been able to focus on actually taking legal action because I was still concerned for my well-being and my safety. The only reason I ended up going to TwitchCon is because a security firm that I hired, and I can't go into the specifics because I signed a non-disclosure agreement, told me that they thought that the heat died down and it would have been safe for me to travel there.
She signed an NDA with the firm.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
I can kind of probably see it being a thing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying for Keffals, but like, say you were being security for somebody really high profile. Well, you don't need them yapping about who the firm is. Because what if somebody goes and attacks the firm or the office of the firm or, you know.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it does make sense to me, that part.
Which I essentially see as a work trap.
What about everything else you've been doing? She won't answer. Which is it, Keffals? I feel like she's only saying she's fleeing to justify not working on the lawsuit, which is what most of the money was raised for. In the same stream, she would admit to purposely putting herself in a doxable position so that she would get more media attention.
By intentionally making myself a lightning rod, so I could make Kiwi Farms more vicious and attack me to the point where Cloudflare had no choice. Because every time they attacked me, I publicized it. One of the things that I did intentionally for the success of the campaign was make myself a lightning rod.
This lightning rod analogy is giving me the shits.
She's such a hero.
Oh, yeah, she's such a hero. Oh my God, Queen Keffals. Queen Keffals.
I egged them on. I egged Kiwi Farms on I wanted them to attack me, because by doing that, I was able to show the world how vile they are.
She wrote in her Discord, "Oh, it's just Kiwi Farms chuds. I don't know, they could keep laughing at me. They effed with me and I got 100K. Directly got them deplatformed from Cloudflare. I won." And Keffals would redirect the hate towards Kiwi Farms and their provider Cloudflare.
I was up till like 8 a.m. because we decided at the last minute to do a protest in front of where the Cloudflare Connect conference is being hosted in Sydney, Australia. The Online Safety Act actually forbids cyber abuse content, like the kind that's hosted at Kiwi Farms. And apparently Kiwi Farms does get routed through Australia.
It does, yeah.
So unless the people who run the servers that get routed through Australia are willing to pay a $500,000 fine, they need to drop Kiwi Farms.
But here's
I can't stand her so much.
Wow.
And all I can think is, like, she got the drugs from that person sitting beside her. You can tell.
Oh, really?
You think so?
I think so. Look at them. Like, they...
Is that your theory because you don't know for a fact?
Well,
is that your theory?
I gave it an ocular pat down, and that's what I assessed.
Okay.
So yes, it is my theory.
Okay.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly, yes.
Here's the thing, the people doxing and swatting Keffals wasn't Kiwi Farms. It was actually a much more malicious website. I'm not going to name the site because if 100,000 people watch this video, statistically speaking, a couple of them are going to be crazy. I don't want them looking up her or her family's personal information. So I will call it Website Zero. Website Zero is what Keffals portrays Kiwi Farms as. Kiwi Farms is a glorified gossip forum where people troll and use slurs. People do dox on it, but it's not what the site is for. Saying otherwise...
And you know what? They do it on Twitter. They definitely do it on Reddit. They do it on Instagram. They do it on Facebook. God, they really do it on Facebook. They basically, wherever a group of people come together and talk about whatever they want to talk about, it happens. It happens in Discord. It happens everywhere.
Yep.
It is not just a Kiwi Farms problem, as Keffals likes everyone to think it is.
Yeah.
It's like getting doxed on Twitter and then saying all of Twitter is a doxing site. Website Zero is a malicious group of hackers and doxers meant to harass their target, not just online, but in real life as well. They had the email that got her swatted. They have proof of her hacked Uber Eats orders, showing that's how they kept doxing her. They explained how they confirmed her new address in Ireland with the dox of her roommate by the shape of the doorknobs in the background. When her family was swatted, what website was actively talking about it at the time? Website Zero. It's like the most complicated way to harass somebody. They would even fool me when they would file a complaint to the Copyright Claims Board on behalf of Keffals using White Forest as the copyright enforcer, trying to make it look like she wanted to revoke Kiwi Farms safe harbor privileges. You could read just how ridiculous that sounds. I reached out to White Forest and the person who filed the claim, and they said they never did. You need to put a lot of personal information to file a complaint like this, meaning it was most likely Website Zero, and she knows it's been them the entire time, actively trying to silence people who talk about it.
Yes, she knew it was them the whole time.
That's insane.
Yep, I think he's getting ready to show it here.
Saying in her DMs with Destiny, I was scared. Website Zero users aren't stupid like Kiwi Farms users. So this whole campaign is...
You see? And that's what Destiny showed on his Keffals manifesto. He showed those DMs. And that's what finally put a stake in it. Was that right there. She led this huge campaign against Kiwi Farms, and she knew the entire time it wasn't them.
So why why put it towards that it was Kiwi Farms instead of the website Zero? Like, what was the intention behind that?
Because she was probably actually scared of website Zero.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. She knew that it would be bad for her if she went after them.
Yep.
Right.
She could possibly get away with it with Kiwi Farms.
Yes, because enough people are scared of Kiwi Farms.
Mm-hmm.
So it was basically like she's just drumming up this whole manufactured thing.
It was all to make her famous.
To get her people back her on the campaign and to get her to get them to give her money and right.
She grifted. Okay. She grifted off of what happened to her. That's what happened.
Yeah,
she grifted.
Right.
Yep.
There you go.
And that little line that he showed.
Saying in her DMs with Destiny.
That little line right there that Destiny showed, which were in DMs with Destiny, between Destiny and Keffals, that right there is what burned her.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. When everybody found out, she knew it wasn't Kiwi Farms this whole time, and she's been grifting off of it. Those two sentences told a whole story, and it burned her. And it was a glorious day.
I was scared. Website Zero users aren't stupid like Kiwi Farms users. So this whole campaign is built off of a lie. Website Zero was too scary to go after, so she made it about the infamous troll site. Like what, is 4chan next? Hey, it's more marketable anyway.
All of us are here talking about like Website X. We're all talking about how how bad it is, how it's like a secret, how we don't speak the name of it, but everyone knows it and everyone's worried about it. And it's like, it sounds like the perfect website for a campaign for them to get dropped by their fucking service provider. Like, this is what I'm saying.
I don't think the momentum is there for that, though. Like, with the Drop Kiwi Farms campaign, it was just really opportune timing. I had all this media attention on me, and journalists were, like, following every thing I said and did.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even know about the second website until they went after me.
Yeah, when you describe it as, like, a worse version of the same website, but whoa, please don't talk about it. That's crazy.
Well, it's different.
If it's still affecting us from websites like Twitter, I don't know what the point of going to every individual random website is to try to start a change.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think it would be effective.
Well, that's what you did.
That's exactly what she did.
Yep.
She grifted. That's all she did. She's a grifter. She's 100% a grifter. And anybody who falls for her shit, you need to check your brain cells or something. I don't know. Because she's a grifter. 100% a grifter.
And it wasn't effective. Kiwi Farms is still up. And if she's deceiving her audience, her donors, and the media about this, it makes me question her lawsuit a whole lot more. Objection! When I was covering her lawsuit 2 years ago, I was seriously questioning if she had any real plans with the money. It's now crystal clear to me that she didn't. It started off with, all the money over $20,000 would go to a lawsuit against the police for violating my rights.
And build a legal fund to protect my rights.
And on Sorrenti's end, the story is not yet over. She's waiting for London Police Service to finish their investigation and told Global News she plans to sue.
She'd continue to encourage people to donate by saying legal fees are expensive and that she's consulting with 3 lawyers.
People have been really questioning, mostly bad faith people. I haven't seen a lot of people do this in good faith, but I've had a lot of people questioning my GoFundMe fundraiser. People kept asking me why I'm raising the goal when it hits the goal. And the reason why is because, yes, I'm using these funds to move, but more importantly, once I'm safe, the rest of those funds are going to be used for legal expenses.
What legal expenses? Where is the money gone?
Why does it take that much money to move? It's literally a couple of $1,000s maybe, not like $75,000 to $100,000. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Well, that's the thing. She was using the money to move, and then after that, it was going to be for legal.
Yeah.
So, what happened to it?
Great. That has been the golden question for a year now. That has been the question.
It became, well, I might sue the police. I'm not sure. They've been nice to me.
After it first happened, I was very mad at the police. And I wanted to hold their feet to the fire as much as possible. I wanted to even potentially pursue legal action against them. But they've taken the threat against my life very seriously. And I want to see justice.
It then becomes, I never said I was going to sue the police at all. I was being very careful with my language.
I keep raising it. The reason that I did that in the first place was because I wanted it to be $100,000 from the beginning, but I didn't know if I would get that money. So when it kept coming in, I just kept raising the cap until I got there. I never...
Oh.
Oh, okay.
You know? She wanted 100K the whole time.
Convenient.
Wow. And while she was raising that money, Kiwi Farms just doxed me. Kiwi Farms just doxed me. Kiwi Farms just doxed me.
Uh-huh.
Help me by donating to this fund that I'm doing.
Yeah. Grifter.
Said that I was going to sue the police. I wanted to be very careful with the language that I used because I don't know exactly what the plan is.
Were you being intentionally misleading when you wrote that? Well, I didn't say. It's clearly the impression everyone got. The way she writes off people is hilarious.
They just keep shifting it further and further so they can just keep trying to raise as much money as possible. One of the...
Yes. Problem?
A few weeks later, Keffals would hire a private investigator to dox a Kiwi Farms user she thought doxed her and sent him photos of him and his parents. Except that's not him. So she just...
Yeah, funny how she doxed, right? You want to see that part again?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to read this part because I don't know how much into it, but I found out who the Kiwi Farms user was who doxed my mother and sent him a photo of him with his mother and addressed him by his name, and he deleted his account.
To dox a Kiwi Farms user she thought doxed her and sent him photos of him and his parents. Except that's not him. So she just doxed a random guy. Keffals would claim that these are fake, but the guy proved it by linking it back to her Discord. But we don't even need that because...
Oh, but she can dox though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
This is another rules for thee, but not for me situation.
Yeah.
This is just... No.
That's the way Keffals operates. It's like today she's retweeting Keem, and you know how she didn't want to be part of the drama anymore. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because Keffals
Believe
bragged
that
about
when we
doing it
see it.
herself at
Yep.
3 a.m. before promptly deleting the tweet. When people would ask for a breakdown for how the money is being spent, she refused to elaborate, saying, "I will never do a GoFundMe breakdown for bad faith actors. Everyone who has donated has a refund button." Somebody asked, "Can you prove you were pushing litigation? I have no intentions of knowing what it is or what you're pushing. Can you just give us some proof you were actually pursuing legal action?" Keffals would reply, "Can you prove this tweet didn't ratio you?"
You know,
Oh, what a.
oh yeah, she was really. Oh yeah, she
I hated
loved,
that era.
Yes, I did too. Oh my god, I did
The
too.
ratio era, just everything was, oh well, hit this ratio. It's like, what the hell?
She literally walked around like she was queen.
Yep.
It was ridiculous.
And that's a genuine question to ask.
Yeah, they weren't
Like,
rude.
you
That
know.
question wasn't rude or anything. It was genuinely asking, "Hey, you know what's going on?"
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
He would ask again, "Can you show one piece of evidence you paid for a lawyer with the money donated towards your legal fund?" And she would respond with a "Whoa, showing a breakdown of the money donated you for legal purposes should be something you want to do. It's so easy to prove. You just need receipts."
I can be honest with you. If the time if the time would ever come where I would need a GoFundMe for something, some kind of emergency, I absolutely would show people what I did with that money. That way they know that I can be trusted. Because to me, especially as a content creator, you want your audience to be able to trust you. They may not agree with you sometimes, but they can at least trust you. I would absolutely show every little receipt or every big receipt or whatever. I would show every receipt of every dime of that money.
Well, if you're not doing something you ought not to be doing, you should have no reason.
Exactly. Exactly.
It wouldn't be until a month later where Keffals would admit that she hasn't worked on the lawsuit.
Just like explaining all of the things that have happened that have made it hard for me to focus on getting to the point that I could even consider legal action.
She was busy with vacation, dude.
Now I'm going to be focusing more on the legal things because I'm settled down, I'm back in Canada, and I have time to work on this now.
At this point, she would say she can't name who she's suing because then it would give them time to burn all their evidence.
During the process of actually taking legal action, one of the first steps that you need to do is collect evidence. And if you announce prematurely who you are taking legal action against, it gives that party an opportunity to try and destroy as much evidence as possible. I'm not even going to publicly comment on the party either.
A few weeks later, she...
Bruh.
That's just convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very.
She'd go on live stream, seemingly inebriated, saying she's depressed.
"Hello, Keffals. I'm a 3-month HRT trans girl. I'd just like to say you're my role model. Look, I'm proud of you, but you should pick a better role model. Like, for instance, SpongeBob, because like SpongeBob's never done anything wrong, I don't think."
I don't know. You watch Glorbs. SpongeBob is kind of a gangster. Just saying.
Yeah, true.
Just saying.
That's, yeah. Are you proud of, what the fuck is there to be proud of? Shut up. Shut up. Okay, fine, I'm super disappointed. Good. Join the club. Step in the fucking line.
Her family would beg her to get off.
Could you grab me the mic arm? What?
I wouldn't really hear from Keffals for a while until she...
I remember that stream.
Mm-hmm.
She was very inebriated when she did that stream.
But that was some of the realest shit she's ever said.
Yeah.
I
true.
know. I was gonna say that literally was her telling the truth under the influence there. Like she was just like, yeah, well, you know, you can get better role models. You know, I've done some shitty things.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a shit person.
Yep.
It's like, where are all these things happening when the GoFundMe was on? She never said any of that.
Amen.
She announced she was signing up for rehab. In the next few days, I'll be admitted to rehab. The doctor said because of the drugs I'm addicted to, without medical supervision, detoxing will kill me. This was in February, meaning this whole time she might have been addicted. When she got out of rehab, she held a Patreon-only stream saying she was addicted to drugs since she talked to Keemstar. This is before she even determined who she was suing.
Around the end of 2020.
Yes, so apparently it was Keemstar's fault. Keemstar's taking the victory lap on that on Twitter
Oh
right now as we speak.
You know, Keffals, your manipulation tactics are so bad that you've lost all credibility online and people just see you as a liar. But this manipulation tactic that you've done for the last couple years is every time you're in a drama, every time that you're getting canceled for something, you try in the middle of your drama to talk about Keemstar because so many people hate me. In your mind, you think you're going to manipulate the audience and automatically get support because people don't like me, and they're going to forgive you for whatever you've done because you're attacking the big bad Keemstar. How's that working out for you? Is it working out? Is this manipulation tactic working? Because every time you mention my name, all of a sudden I get all kinds of crazy support and love. But looking at, okay, Keffals, Keemstar, I'm gonna support Keemstar. How's this working out for you, bro? How?
Like
Wow.
he's literally he did a tweet saying something about that's what you get for coming after me or something like that. I'm like, oh my God, Keem.
That's hilarious.
I mean, I have to admit I like the tweet, but still, Keem is taking the victory lap on that.
Me too. I started drinking, which made me spiral. It was around the time that I was in fights with Keemstar.
Yeah, it makes the stream make a lot more sense.
And then as more and more shit started happening, I started doing cocaine at the start of 2023. 8 days into a cocaine bender, I found out that the coke that I was doing was cut with meth. So for 8 days straight, I was doing coke and meth.
Oh, God.
It happens to all of us. Like, let's be honest. It has happened. And it's always for like a week or a weekend at a time. And then you're like, oh, okay.
Bunny, I swear to God, I would love to be able to go back in time and just watch from a third person point of view your life.
Oh my God. Insanity.
Yeah.
I would love to go and watch periods of your life. Holy crap.
I was hanging out with a lot of juggalos. I think that's all anybody needs to know.
Well, now the clown thing makes sense. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all.
God.
My whole life I've been upset. Kiss was my favorite band when I was little. I was a member of the Kiss Army, a paying member of the Kiss Army until I was 18.
Oh my God.
So, it goes deep.
Makes it,
Wow.
everything comes together. Everything comes together.
I had a friend come over to help me detox. And I tried to just go back to my life like nothing ever happened. And I tried my best to make it so no one knew how bad things were. As I really didn't want to let people down.
Am I supposed to feel sympathy for her right now? Because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm sitting here thinking, I don't care.
Yeah, no.
It just looks like crocodile tears to me, that's all.
Yeah, exactly. She honestly has pushed me to the point where I truly do not care.
I don't believe
care.
her either.
Yeah, it's hard to believe her because she's such a grifter and a liar. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Especially because I know there's a lot of people in my audience that look up to me. And I don't want to let them down.
She talks about how an argument in a Twitter space made her want to off herself.
I was going through coke withdrawal while I was in that Twitter space. And I was so irritable that I just had to pause for a second and I started calling them retards. And that kicked off so much. After the fallout from all of that and all of the drama, I decided, fuck it. I figured out how to get drugs on the dark net. And
Okay, I have a question. Is that a real thing?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Especially back when, what was the...
Silk Road.
What was it called? Yeah, the Silk Road. Back then, those were the good old days. You could get anything.
Yeah, literally anything. But
Oh.
all that stuff's monitored now, and like you can't get onto it. Like dark web is one of those places where you have to have multiple VPNs and different things. Where you literally like you can't go on
It's a
there.
whole process.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know because this is like the second time I've heard about getting drugs off of the dark web. So I'm like, is that really a thing? So
Yeah, you got to be really like cautious and stuff. Like it's something like we don't advise going on there at all.
No, okay. Well, yeah, sounds like it because if you gotta have multiple VPNs, no, thank you. No, thank you.
It used to be easier.
Yep.
It did, yeah.
Jesus Lord.
started making a plan to kill myself.
Wait, so I'm sorry. I have to ask this question. Do they mail it to you? Like, how do you get it?
Well, yeah, they used to mail it to you, but back, I don't know from experience or anything, but back when I used to do it, it was like they would mail you a shirt or something and it would be wrapped in the shirt so it looked like it was something else.
Yeah, and inside the package they'd use something like acetone or something like that so it wouldn't be detected.
Yeah,
like there's a
put
whole
it in
different
some coffee.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different ways where they used to do it. But like as you know, like now it's all that stuff's detectable because they know how they did it. So I have no idea how they do it now.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it now.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, wait, what is it, a mail service? Like, what the hell's going on? But okay, all right, cool beans. I didn't know that. Okay, boomer brain, leave me alone.
I started doing coke and meth and benzos.
Oh,
and
good God.
I was planning on ordering heroin from the dark net.
I wouldn't wish drug addiction on my worst enemy.
No, that's one thing that I would never touch as age. There's no way. No. Keep that. No. No.
But I also wouldn't trust them with $100,000. And if you think the money situation is confusing, wait until you see the actual lawsuit. On May 3rd, 2023, Keffals would finally present the official lawsuit going through the Human Rights Tribunal of Ontario, and it would be against London Police Services. These are just papers, nothing's gone to trial yet. Congratulations to Keffals for actually getting something filed and settling on the police like her GoFundMe insinuated. I had my doubts. However, the lawsuit's claims and some of Keffals' goals don't make a whole lot of sense to me. Some of her complaints line up copy-paste from the GoFundMe. Like at the time of arrest, LPS officers referred to Clara by her dead name, or the management system meant that some things were booked under her dead name, and that her property was labeled under it.
During the arrest, the police officer referred to me by my dead name. This is one of the property bags returned to me after I was released from custody.
It's her old last name. Does that quantify as a hate crime? If a woman's arrested and referred to under her ex-husband's last name, is that really a violation of her human rights?
No, I mean, because I can see, the old last name, I can understand.
Yeah.
I can understand
and they can only really refer to you by the name that they're seeing. If they see that on all your stuff, like, what else are they supposed to assume your name is?
True.
Yeah. Is that like the legal name that she goes by?
I don't know. That's a really good question. Is it? Because if that's the legal name that she goes by, then that's not their problem then.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't expect the police to come arrest me and call me Xylie.
Yeah. That would be really weird, wouldn't it?
That would
Xylie, like, whoa.
That would actually be
yeah.
extremely weird, but I mean, you know.
Police defense is that it was a clerical error due to her having interactions with the police before she changed her name. The police chief also notes that they need to develop a mechanism to ensure accuracy and avoid hurtful or disrespectful interactions in the future. Ultimately, it's up to the court to determine if this is discrimination or not. LPS and LPS's record system failed to record that Miss Sorrenti was transgender and was at greater risk of a swatting as a result, despite being warned in March 2022. Keffals' brother warned the police that she was a swatting risk 5 months before the swatting incident.
In fact, my brother called London Police Services on March 27th in a conversation lasting 9 minutes and 16 seconds to see if my family could be put on a no swatting list, only to be treated like we were wearing tinfoil hats and completely dismissed.
It is ridiculous that they didn't take her seriously despite her being such a large creator. This next one though, I'm convinced she just made it up. At the time of arrest, one of the officers pressed her hand against Miss Sorrenti's breast and said, "Yep, it's a she." What? She has never mentioned this before. Not in her—
Whoa, wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute.
Wow.
Pressed her hand against Miss Sorrenti's breast and said, "Yep, it's a she." What? She has never mentioned this before. Not in her Kickstarter, not in her initial video, not in any of her streams following it up. Maybe I'm missing something and someone can link me because I find it impossible that she hasn't mentioned this before now. It also states that since Keffals was stressed from the swatting, she saw a 25% reduction in income, and the numbers are redacted. This is surprising because this is when she was at her most relevant. I assume she just streamed less. Her case is demanding that LPS admit they discriminated against her, that they pay the damages to her dignity and self-respect of $75,000, have the LPS compensate her loss of income and special damages in the form of $50,000. She wants them to change her record management system and have LPS officers use body cams when interacting with trans members. And it's true, the City of London did not have body cams when swatting her, but the City of London already had an initiative to get body cams on officers by—
Yeah, I was about to say, now, it kind of bothers me, and it kind of bothers me that they didn't have body cams when they went to her house. I think all police officers should have body cams, not only for the safety of the civilians, but for the safety of themselves, because what if somebody says they did something and they have no proof that they didn't do it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think it's for the safety of everyone that they have body cams, when, especially with a situation like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So...
by the beginning of 2025. Not just for trans interactions, but all the time. She DM'd me in February saying, the cops have good lawyers. Of course they do. If I could get one thing from all this, it would be body cams. Since the police don't use them in my hometown, it's my word versus theirs. The next few sections is asking them to apply by human rights laws, and it ends with saying that if Keffals wins the case, the LPS needs to publish the verdict to the front page of their website. It's so petty, I love it. Now, there's a lot of questions relating to this complaint. When this was filed on April 10th, 2023, in response, LPS launched an investigation on themselves with the Special Investigations Unit, saying this was the first time they ever heard of the alleged assault, and they determined that they found themselves innocent, but I haven't gotten the report yet, so take that however you want. Also, Keffals, in a now deleted tweet she posted in February 2024, the papers have been processed, but they are still awaiting dates to appear before the tribunal. I'm told this could take between a minimum of 2 years and at worst 6 years. She's claiming that the trial has not even started yet, which may be true, but she deleted it a minute later. I don't know how to take that. She's so...
Oh, I wonder why she deleted it, because she's real big on tweeting and deleting.
Yeah.
Noticed that. Well, I haven't noticed that because she has me blocked. But yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
So not transparent, it's hard to tell when she's lying, when she's telling the truth. It makes the research process for this so painful. I tried reaching out to her in DMs, sending 2 messages. She then proceeded to block me and called me a stalker for signing up for a Patreon to do research, even though she's done this exact same thing. She's making it seem like reaching...
Okay, did you see that screenshot where she did the same thing?
I did.
Me and called me a stalker for signing up for a Patreon to do research, even though she's done...
Okay. Bunny, did you see this? Okay.
Yeah.
She had a problem with this person here, Soul Bunny. And what Keffals did was, Keffals had a problem with Soul Bunny, and what Keffals did to keep up with Soul Bunny went on Soul Bunny's Patreon. The same thing Willy did to Keffals.
Funny.
So what is it, Eva? Rules for thee.
Rules for thee
and not for me. Yep.
Yep.
This exact same thing. She's making it seem like reaching out before making a video is a bad thing. It's not. I have a lot more to say about Keffals when it comes to the promotion of her DIY hormones for minors, her self-destructive cycle, the Catboy Ranch Discord, and the Human Rights Tribunal case. But I need more time to confirm that information. So subscribe to the channel. I want to shout out Doomer Media, who did a lot of the...
All right. Good job, Willy.
Nice one,
Yeah, that was
Willy.
great.
Good job, Willy. Willie's
Can't
awesome.
wait to hear more.
Yeah.
Here we go for part 2. Let's go.
It's going to be a 2-part series, and it's going to be amazing. All right, so I think what we learned today, well, actually, I don't think we learned it. I think it just confirmed it, that Keffals is a liar and a grifter.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, 100%.
And I can't show sympathy for people who are serial liars and grifters. I can't feel any sympathy for them. I can't.
Yeah.
I absolutely can't. I cannot do it. You know, she's disgusting to me. I can't help it. And it's not just because of Tipster either. It's literally how she acted when she was grifting off of her getting doxxed and getting all this media attention just to turn around and deplatform other people.
Yeah.
You know, I can't have any sympathy for her. I can't.
Yeah.
And this like website that is not to be named, like that completely stumped me, because when he mentioned 4chan, I thought it was 4chan. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, wow, there's an even worse site out there that does all this sort of stuff to people.
It's a site nobody will just mention. It's literally the site. It's literally a site that the way she talked about kiwi farms, that's exactly what that site is.
Right.
Yeah.
And she was too scared to go after them, so she's like, what's the next best thing? A lot of people are scared and angry at kiwi farms. Let me go after them. And that's exactly why she did it. And she got a lot of money out of it. Free vacation to Ireland, got to move to Ireland. Yeah, she got a lot out of that. And that's disgusting. Yeah. That's just totally disgusting. So...
yeah, she got some methy coke out of it. That is not cheap.
Yeah, exactly. Hello. All right, any last thoughts about this video before we get out of here?
No, good video. Yeah, confirmed a lot of what we were thinking. But, that's all I can say about that, really. Like, yeah, grifter, liar, wow.
Yeah.
The extent that she went to be able to get people deplatformed is insane.
It's very insane.
Yeah.
Very. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for watching this video. And please like and subscribe and leave. What kind of questions should we ask them to leave this time around? Or what? Give us your thoughts about Keffals. Do you think she's a grifter? Do you think she's a liar? Let us know down below. All right. Well, I guess say goodbye, ladies.
Goodbye, ladies.
Y'all are dorks. Goodbye, everybody. Okay, boomer brain, leave me alone.